Do you want to know the absolute best way to set your bank account on fire during divorce? It's easier than you think, and most people are doing it without even realizing it. I've seen people drain not just their savings, but their future stability because of choices made in the heat of the moment. Choices that felt right emotionally, but financially, they were really disastrous. And I don't want that for you. I'm Tami Wollensack, a divorce mortgage specialist. I've helped over 1,000 divorcing clients navigate one of the most emotional and complicated parts of divorce, the marital home. I've spoken with more than 100 divorce professionals, attorneys, mediators, financial advisors, therapists, and I've spent years studying why divorce gets so expensive and why people end up draining their bank accounts just trying to untie the knot. The truth is, it doesn't have to be this way. There are simple, no cost things you can do to protect yourself. But first, you have to see the traps clearly. Every divorce costs money, but how much it costs, that's where the decisions you make and the way you approach the process either protect your financial future or set your bank account ablaze. The first way people set their bank account on fire is fighting through lawyers. Every single phone call, every email, every draft of a letter, it all gets billed. And I've seen couples argue through their lawyers about things they could have sorted out in a 5-minute conversation at the kitchen table. The second way is dragging everything into court. Every motion, every continuance, every delay, it costs you. The court doesn't care that you're fighting over a couch. The filing fee and the lawyer's time are all the same. The third is emotional decision making, like saying, I'm keeping this house no matter what, without checking if you qualify for the refinance, or without running the numbers on what the monthly payment looks like when it's just your name and income covering it. That's like agreeing to run a marathon without checking to see if you own running shoes first. I'll never forget this one case because it shows how quickly small disagreements can spiral into big financial fires. The court ordered the wife to refinance the marital home into her own name. That meant the husband's name had to come off the mortgage. Straightforward, right? We had everything lined up. The refinance was ready to close. But because they were still legally married, the title company required the husband, the out spouse, to sign a homestead waiver. The waiver meant he was giving up his rights to the property, but only because he was already being compensated for those rights. In this case, he was receiving his portion of the home's equity through a larger share of the stock account they owned together. In other words, he wasn't losing anything, just shifting value from the home into investments. But he refused, not because it was unfair, not because he didn't understand. He refused because he wanted leverage. He held that one signature hostage so he could keep arguing over household belongings, things like furniture and dishes. That single refusal caused a chain reaction. The closing was delayed, attorneys had to get involved, motions were filed, the court got pulled back in, and every single one of those steps meant more hours billed and more money burned. By the end of it, the legal fees were more than the cost of the furniture they were fighting over. And here's the kicker. You could have just gone out and bought a brand new replacements for every single item for less than what they were kept fighting about. So let me ask you, would you rather split your assets fairly and move on or pay for your attorney's children to go to college? Would you rather buy a new bedroom set or pay 3 weeks of an attorney's fees arguing over one? The truth is, we don't burn money in divorce because we want to. We do it because we get caught in emotion. Divorce is grief, it's loss. And when you feel that you're losing control, sometimes you cling harder to things that don't matter. It's not really about the dishes. It's about the fact that you feel invisible, unheard, or wronged. And here's the reality. Fighting over those things costs you your peace and your money. Think about it this way. Is winning an argument about a set of dishes worth $10,000 in legal fees? Is holding out on a refinance worth draining the equity you worked years to build? Probably not. But in the moment, people convince themselves it is. Here's the top ways people set their money on fire during divorce. Over lawyering every detail. You don't need a lawyer to decide who keeps the blender. Save your attorney for the legal strategies that matter. Refusing mediation. Mediation is a private, flexible, and far less expensive. If you can sit down at a table, you can save tens of thousands of dollars compared to fighting in court. Not getting financial clarity. I've seen people agree to settlements they couldn't afford. Why? Because they never checked if they could qualify for the mortgage or what the payment would look like long term. Revenge spending, dragging things out because you want to make people pay, trying to punish your ex. It punishes your future. They may walk away angry, but you walk away broke. The good news, protecting your money doesn't have to cost a thing. Here are some simple free steps you can take right now. Talk first. Narrow down what you agree on before you hand it off to your lawyers. Educate yourself. Learn how your mortgage, support income, and assets work. Knowledge is free, but mistakes are expensive. Pick your battles. If you're fighting over something that can be bought new for less than the cost of an hourly rate by an attorney, let it go. Use the right professionals at the right time. Don't wait until the deal blows up to call someone like me. Bring me in early so we can structure things in a way that actually works. Think of it like this. Divorce is like building a bridge from your old life to your new life. If you cheap out on the foundation, the bridge collapses. But if you keep arguing over the color of the paint, you waste time and energy while the bridge never gets built. Focus on the structure first. So, what's the best way to set your bank account on fire in divorce? Keep fighting, ignore the numbers, let emotions drive the bus, and treat every disagreement like a courtroom battle. That's the best way to watch your savings disappear. But if you want to protect your money, the smartest moves don't cost a thing. Talk, learn, compromise, and bring in experts to guide you before it's too late. If this video opened your eyes, don't let the money go up in smoke. I've created some free resources to help you avoid the most common mistakes, and you'll find them in my bio. You can also connect with me directly for a consultation. Divorce is one of life's hardest transitions, but it doesn't have to bankrupt your future. With the right guidance, you can reset, rebuild, and rise without setting your bank account on fire. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really is meaningful to me and helps me to keep going and making more videos. Thanks so much. Have a great day.